that that gap never really appears. In order to do that, you start finding kills. And where's the best place to do so? It is Rebirth Island. Far more of those kills and points on the board than the other two maps. That being said, you fall early here, you are handing so much of the prerogative to your enemies. Into the skies we go. The circle's pulling slightly northwestern, stinks of something off towards the northwest corner of prison. But for everybody, it's about getting the boots to deck. We're going to check in first with the team that won out last map in first squad. They're in Industries. An interesting call, if I'm completely honest with you.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. Nobody really has been at this point. Obviously, the team from Indeed LATAM South knows what they are doing. Maybe you can find some success. Maybe with this additional turbine, you can third-party something, but this is sort of the problem. You have Heretics on the outside. You got T1 at Bio who can now look down at you, and it seems like it's just looking to be a big old action party over there at Turbine. Prison likely to be the same. King Chalk is here trying to go ahead, hit some loot. But you have the Stallions not too far away on the other side of Prison. And well, got a number of other teams as well. Just kind of trying to get a lay of the land here across some of our top squads to see where are the drops, where are we hanging out, where are the battles. One that we know is going to happen, it's here at Control.
Certainly shall be. Novo, FaZe, scrambling over things. Virtus.pro will be set up at the post. They'll send bodies soon. For the two teams inside of the control center, it's about settling this before they get here. Don't want to be caught in a third-party situation. Semtex look good. Somehow Clamp is completely fine. Blade is dropped. So basically a 1v3 then. At the control center, all falling apart for Novo, and they've lent so heavily on this map. They need these fights to go their way, and they most certainly don't. You just about get Blade back into the skies, but Vortex and Fede, they're dealt with again. You'll have to go find somewhere else to regain, and it's into the waters. If you are Novo, a terrible start.
Yeah, hey, huge drop from FaZe to control that center side. This is something that you needed. Shift called it out. You wanted to see more out of Goat Clamp. Winning a nice little early win like that is a way to make it happen. Down here at Bio, T1, they get this for free, and when you got a VS Recon in the hands of somebody like Spam, with so many players diving in and out of these different areas, he might just be able to kind of line it on up. The player is weak. That's an easy kill for him. For Eclectic, it's about staying alive in this prison side. Raven starting to push. The swing is there. Good damage, but King Chalk, he's just too good with it. You drop Keybays, you drop Freddy. Two members of Eclectic, gotta say goodbye.
So often talks about why the Ravens are as strong as they are. It's because these two operate as a two-headed dragon. They're very much so all over the top of each other. Kill numbers often identical. Damage numbers right up there together. And you see it right in that moment. Nielsen hits the first. Here's drop. Trades are immaculate. Teeny in the water here, swimming around, trying to get himself to a pocket of safety. Zeppa will land in with him too, just trying to clear all this out. Zeppa was the one yesterday, working things with the machine pistol. Unfortunately here, he's just got the semi, and it'll do nothing against net odds. So Heretics off to a poor start here in the Rebirth Island. Let's take a look at Turbine, what T1 have to offer.
Looks like you're just gonna play cleanup on some of these players that have been dropped. I think if T1 realizes how many regainers are happening out here, they could definitely use this opportunity to just get some free kills. And it seems like you see Destroy is over there, potentially looking to do the same as well off that control boat side. So while you have a lot of these different players are just trying to hold their ground and maybe find kills, be the sharks in the water, Disrupt, he's going to be the one to be the apex predator from land and just try and clean out where he can. Ravens, they've decided to move on down to Control Center, continue their path of carnage from prison, and now they're starting to get into the mix.
Yeah, very much so establishing dominance over large portions of the map here. If you are the Ravens, King Chalk wants to get through Mini, squeeze up onto the bridge side, setting up some sort of pinch play with Nielsen, who's operating on the other side. King Chalk will drop the first. Nielsen's PA goes over the top and drops Dizzy, so FaZe might be eliminated here. No, you do at least get one back into the air. Concerning for a moment, and great work from King Chalk. All comers swatted away. Ravens are moving.
Oh, but you see that trail, and immediately King Chalk, he says, wait, let me reload the gun, let me get the plates in, let me go hunting on this FaZe player. It's Goat Clamp coming in from the skies, and King Chalk from down below will send a couple of warning shots. invest the streak, and he's just going to kind of be the one here to kind of sit in a 1v1. Gen.G on that bottom gen side. They're starting to clean out some of these players, pushing over from Chemical as well. The water becoming a safe haven for some sorts for so many teams, but it feels like a lot of our squads have taken some sort of idea here that while we have these squads landing in the water, they are not safe for that long.
Speaking of not safe, Nova will go out as the first side to drop here on the Rebirth Island. They were only clear in 5th place by around about 6 points, so could drop out of qualification position by the end of this one, should T1 get moving. The usual location for T1 is right here at Bio, actually. The Heretics have decided to regain in that location. Maybe overwhelmed the anchor, landing on him, because Disrupt and Spam are pushed up towards Turbines. A little bit of a flip of position here. House swap, if you ever saw it. Teeny, who so often has gone nuclear in the past, taken over, broken records, in fact, on LAN. Feels like if Heretics can get him into this tournament, that's when they really look a different level.
Yeah, it's kind of the storyline for a lot of our teams. They got one player who we expect to be the one frying, and it's not going to be the case. Well, we saw how it ended last time in that last game, Rebirth Island's a new map. How's Vitality feeling now?
Just landed water.
That's Praise, by the way.
I think they did it. I think Praise on them did it. I'm still going, though. I'm still going, okay?
Okay.
Love that. I'm gonna go water. Oh, yeah, on me. Kudley and them have entire tunnel control.
Okay. I'm gonna keep clearing this shit. I'm trying to get fucking crates for the Smiths.
I'm gonna try to rotate.
Yeah, just get in the score. It's fine. I'm just trying to get him back. I can always come back late.
You have a smoke screen too, Sage.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke screen my top controller probably and try to get in.
There's one bottom boat on my live. Yeah, I'm just swimming right past him.
Yep.
I'm gonna go try to get in that building along the coastline down here. Yeah, guys fighting on the helipad.
All right.
Fighting at my bio.
All right.
Heard that. Top turbine.
All right.
Good comms from Vitality about how they want to make this rotation in and what some of the ideas could be. So while Vitality starts to move their way on in, I'm looking at that kill feed and it's starting to light up with some of the usual suspects.
Yeah, certainly is. We've got a lot of activity towards the northeast corner of the map, over towards Bio side, at least 3 teams scrambling. Control center, it belongs to FaZe. They're happy and comfortable here. We'll get a look in on this war that is going on between PK as well as the Heretics. Pushed a couple of sides out in the moments before we joined them, but Teeny, he's waiting in the stairwell. He wants someone to swing.
Ooh, like just a couple of tags there. Doesn't commit to the fight. But you will just maybe try and bait this player in. Good shots, and you actually get dropped. You are able to break the armor, and I'm waiting for the trade, and it's not going to come through. Lays and Decky, they do such a great job. They pinch from either side. They drop Obs and Teeny, and just like that, Geeky have gained control of Bio. The problem is you win this fight, you think you're going to be A-OK. You're not going to be expecting big ol' Bradford Biffle to swing from the back. He's able to get the double crack here. I'm waiting for the other 2 players to maybe come and help, but that's not going to be the case. They see that T1 is starting to move over. They're going to slow it down just a little bit, go ahead and reposition.
Yeah, T1 looking to take back their turf here. Also, not very far away, Gen.G, and well, Lays, Stukex, they don't care. Absolutely cutting sides apart. Feed will light up in the color of peach. H1 and Twisted Minds, they're down towards Harbour side. Twisted Minds will come out on top largely in this, and again, an example of how much better they've become. Blast instant on the trades, something that they've lacked so much so over recent weeks. Looks like Vitality are out, so their suffering this afternoon continues here. They won't make top 10 or in a blender for most of the time anyway, so don't expect a lot of kills. They will continue to slide down the leaderboard.
Yeah, just seeing where this zone is starting to pull. Twisted Minds, they felt no pressure, right? They had nobody really with them at Factory. Nobody's going to be hanging out red. Nobody's sure as hell going to be Harbor, that's for sure. So just slowly but surely making their way on this southern coastline. That's all they need to do. Now it feels like Gen.G holding down here in Chem. They get some ideas that Twisted Minds are starting to move on up. Some good shots coming up from Gabe. And how do you start to hold the line?
Gen.G in a great position, but that question's all important. How do you hold this line? This is where Gen.G have become undone before, trying to watch too many things going on all at the same time. They've got to pick a fight, focus it, and then transition into the next, rather than just being simply widespread and hoping to repel all comers at once. Over at Bio, Decky just trying to keep an eye on the skies here, ensuring that no one's regaining around them, set themselves up for the later positions. Top 10 should be here momentarily, but as you watch the timer at the top of the screen, Resurgence will become disabled. Everyone down to their last lives before they require buybacks.
Huge moment here in this map. This is where all of a sudden you have to sort of think twice before you maybe push an area. For Virtus.pro, they're just going to surge forward. Look at the top left of your screen to see where we're going here. Ravens on the outside of prison. You find 2 members of Athletic. Clear out this courtyard side. You might be able to put yourself in a strong position here. You got a number of teams behind you in prison. It's a lot of layers, but if you can set yourself up in the right spots, you might be able to cut them down as they try and make their way into zone.
I honestly think I would prefer he's up on the water tower, to be honest. It's relatively center zone. Don't think he needs to be involved in the prison battle. They've made a great play of Ravens to clear all that out. Athletic had hold of it moments ago, so they've done all the right things. It's just about ensuring that they put Heeds in the spot as he's well protected. You'll see him there ascend, get his way up to that water tower. Allow now Chorg and Niacin to go on the hunt. Spam drops Curious in the initial. Now going to be traded out though. So needs his boys in the fight, and unfortunately Disrupt's not even close. He's over in Chem, hunkering down.
Yeah, this is such a tough spot to be in for T1. You kind of have this moment where all of a sudden your boys get taken on out and you're just last alive. And Ravens, they're going to try and do the same to Twisted Mind. You slide on out, you find one, you back up, try and bait them into the crossfire. Allman's going to tuck himself in a corner, and you can see looks like Blast is above. But it's just patience right now from so many of our teams, just waiting. They don't need to overextend. They want that 1.2 multiplier.
Yeah, lovely rotation by GK here. Moved in from Bio alongside the coastline and up and on towards Chemical. Waited for the zone to tell them where they needed to be. Virtus.pro have done a lot of work to get to this position in Industries, including repelling a lot of that T1 roster. But now they've got to make moves through the tunnels and hope the other end isn't blockaded. Stallions, we'll see you in the next one, gentlemen. Niacin gets caught by what looked like I don't think he was expecting. Maybe even a cluster. And he stays around for too long. Zank says, thank you very much. I'll have my water tower back. And he's starting to bang away from the top.
This is exactly what you said. Go ahead, pop yourself up on up here. Look around you. And I like from Zanks that he's holding that lower level. Doesn't have to be all the way towards the top. Just let me get a little bit mixy. And as we see this zone pull and where it's kind of ended up here, it's right on top of Chemical Engineering. This is where Gen.G has been hiding. And for so many of these teams, you are not going to have the space to try and get into zone. Lennon, he's got the MXR in hand. He's got his eyes over towards this courtyard side, and he is just going to soften up all of these targets while the rest of the teams will continue to battle.
Yeah, just stripping them of plates, denying them any sort of economy. By the way, Marty goes massive. The pressure from Lennon forced Reaper and Accident back out towards prison, and Marty dropped all of them. Lennon then gets active. He will clear up what's left of Eclectic. We still have 3 teams to die though before we even see top 5. Zone's going to shift everybody northbound. Look at these teams now preparing themselves for the rotation. Virtus.pro want to get there early. Off goes Grimy.
I like this. Grimy, if he can put himself in a strong position at this roof, he could just start firing through the windows on this Gen.G team, but Aiden will be the one to try and work, looks like alongside Gabe, towards the top to clear this out. Give yourself a pass. Curious from First Squad. Last alive. You can see so many. One player from Twisted Mind still alive, just hanging out into the gas. Yet again, still just trying to play for that top 5. It's Almond, a veteran player making veteran plays. That's what we like to see, but from above, Lennon, he's going to go ahead, sneak on out. GK will get drugged, and you're going to see the Virtus.pro have set themselves up ahead of you. Top 5 secured for all of these teams.
Grimy's already on 10. He's just trying to hold the line. Will have to back off though. Reposition has the coverage in from behind. And beautiful plays here by Virtus.pro over the top of one another. Gabe Kuhn, what have you got to offer? Because it feels like the only team that can stop Virtus.pro is the full 3 of Gen.G. Zone will drag actually back in their direction, but it's also relatively neutral. It's out into open space, so both sides trying to control the rotators around them.
It's 2 full teams of 3 and a handful of solos. Any of these teams of 3 just need to not get scammed by any of the solos. And you see, that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to cut them down where they can. Gen.G, they will hold the top side of Chemical as the zone will force you over to Helipad. T1, Echo, you have to be careful. You're going to have a player. It's Almond from behind. He claims another soul. 3 teams remaining. It is Gen.G, it is Virtus.pro, and it is none other than Almond swinging on out. Grimy will cut down Gabe Kuhn. Can you get the taps? You got to jump on up. The shots are firing. Can you manage to find it? But look who's already made the wrap. It's Almond.
Surely not. Almond up towards the helipad. He's on his lonesome. Aiden's trying to do all the work here against Gramey and Adrian. Yeah, and just going to have to try and drop off here.
Oh, no.
Needs a moment.
Oh, no.
Grimey's got the angle. Doesn't get the knock though, so we'll go on.
But look, Almond, he's at the back. He might actually have a solid idea here. The shot's coming on out. He's able to drop Adrian. It's Big Ben from the top. He might be able to put this into a 1v1. Grimy, he has an idea where he is.
My God.
You break the armor, but you're not going to be able to get there. Almond, can you clean this one on up? He's going to make sure it's a 1v1. Can you get the plates? Can you reset the fight here? Grimy, he's tucked his tail, and he's going on a long wrap.
He should ping on the map though for Almond, and yeah, Almond finds out exactly where he is. The 1v1 is here. Ben goes massive. Twisted Minds get it done. But what a play from the Esports World Cup 2025 champion. That's why he's the leader. That's why he's the captain, and one of the best players to ever play the damn game.
Listen, we talked to a lot of people before even first matches started. Say Twisted Minds, yeah, they're good, but they're looking kind of bad lately, right, man? Dude, I don't know what you can say now. Almond